Hey guys, in my last video we talked about the Willits home, which is located in Savannah, Georgia, and today we are taking it to New Mexico to talk about some Wild West history and like famous location in that area. So let's go. We'll continue on with my 50 states, 50 haunted locations, and can't wait to see what you guys think. Okay guys, before we get started on the history of the hotel, we're just going to talk about the owner of the hotel, the whole reason the hotel exists, and yeah, that's a good place to start. So the whole reason that the Lambert Hotel exists is because of a man named Henry Lambert. He was born in France October 28th in 1838, and he was originally born and named Mark Simmons Henry Lambert. So somewhere along the line he stopped using that whole name and would just go by Henry. Now Henry left France and came to America in 1856 at the age of 12. And it said that he ran away, but like I'm unsure how accurate that actually is. So for our sake, we're just gonna say that he ran away because that's what a lot of articles I read said. So we're just gonna go with that. But because he ran away, I'm assuming that when he got here, he had to do something for money. And I'm not really sure what he would have done because like I said, I couldn't find much information on what he first did when he came here and all that, but I do know that he had a passion for like cooking. He really liked to cook and all that stuff, so I'm gonna assume that he did something with that when he came here for money, but how accurate that is, I'm not sure. So yeah, but Henry, like I said, came to America, and don't know what he did as a young teen, all that, not 100% sure, but he would become a chef, a cook for Ulysses S. Grant and his soldiers during the Civil War. And after that, he would become a chef for Abraham Lincoln, like a home chef. So he worked at the White House. And I'm not sure how long that lasted because, as we all know, President Lincoln was assassinated. And so I don't know how long Henry was a chef for him. It could have been a year, it could have been 2, could have been like a few months. Unsure. But we do know that he worked for the president at some point. Now, later on in life, Henry, like I said, he had developed like a love for like cooking, and it seemed like he like found comfort in that. Like he enjoyed cooking, seeing people enjoy his food. And after President Lincoln passed away, Henry would obviously have to find another job. So this is said when he left and traveled to Cimarron. I don't know exactly how to say that, so we're just gonna go with it, pretend I'm saying it correctly. But Henry would travel there, and this is where the hotel would be built, but not yet. He would actually only like momentarily stop in Cimarron, New Mexico, and before going to join the gold rush in Monroe Valley. Okay, and now you're thinking gold rush, like was he like going himself to find gold? No. Henry actually went to the Monroe Valley, specifically Elizabethtown, to make a restaurant type thing for the miners there and like their families, whoever was there with them. Just he was feeding them, and he actually had a lot of success doing that. Now I don't know if it's because like no one else was doing that and like this was just him. I don't know, but he opened a restaurant for the miners, and it seems like they actually like really enjoyed Henry's food because he was very successful with his restaurant, and he made decent money for that time by doing this. Now, Henry had to find a palette, but Henry, when he left, when the gold rush ended and all that, because like obviously that's not going to go on forever, but when that ended in Monroe Valley, Henry would go back to Cimarron, and he would use the money from the restaurant that he had in Monroe Valley to build the St. James Hotel, which pretty cool. I mean, you go from one business to another. I'm sure it was very exciting for him. Now, I know you all want to hear more but we're not there yet, okay? We still have a little bit of history to go through Henry and his family. Because at some point during all that, Henry got married. He married a woman named Mary Elizabeth, and she is said to be his second wife, which I couldn't find much info on his first, so I don't know if he actually was married twice or if Mary was his first wife. I'm not too sure, so we're just gonna assume that she's his second wife for the purpose of this video. And I don't know when they got married. Like I said, I just know her name, but they got married at some point. And so Henry would start a family with Mary Elizabeth, and they would have 4 sons together. And now I couldn't find information on all the sons, but there are 2 that they had a little bit of info on. Now the first one is their son Johnny Lambert, and he was 3 years old, and they were all living at the hotel. And sadly, young Johnny would pass away due to a tragic accident at the hotel. So I don't know what that was. I couldn't find much information. It just said a tragic accident. So we can only assume that it was hard on the family, because I mean, I'm sure it'd be hard on anyone for your 3-year-old son to pass away tragically, unexpectedly, but yeah, that was their youngest son, Johnny. He was 3. And then I could find information on their 3rd oldest son, which would be Fred Lambert, their 3rd son. Now Fred Lambert had a big part in New Mexico history. So he from a young age shown interest in law enforcement and all that, which I don't know what that would have been called back then. I mean, I'm sure it's still law enforcement or something similar, but he had a really big interest in that. So Fred, he was born in 1887, and like I said, he really liked the idea of being involved in law enforcement. So being a sheriff or something, just having some power in the town. And Fred would get exactly that, because at the age of 16, Fred became a territorial marshal, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, but I know it has something to do with sheriffs and all that. So at 16, he became a territorial marshal, and he would later become sheriff for the town of Cimarron, where the hotel is, where his family lived. I'm not sure what age he became sheriff, but I know that at some point he became a sheriff for the town. So now Fred wouldn't stay a sheriff forever. He would actually become a New Mexico Ranger, which is the oldest standing law enforcement group in New Mexico. So that's pretty cool. Unsure of when they started. I don't know if it was around the time Fred joined or if it was after that, but I do know that he became a New Mexico Ranger, so that was really exciting for him. And not only did Fred have an interest in law enforcement, he also had an interest in journalism, publishing books, being a writer, that kind of stuff. And Fred would publish 2 books on his own before going and partnering with another author named Agnes Cleveland. In 1952, they published a book together called Satan's Paradise. And now you can find this book on Amazon today still. And it's just full of Wild West experiences, stuff that happened during that time that Fred remembered, and there's no proof that these stories are true, but he put them all in a book, so you can read about them if you want and decide for yourself if you think they're true. I did read a little paragraph, from the book on Amazon, and it definitely seems really interesting if you're into the whole Wild West history stuff. So if you are, I would definitely check that out. Like I said, you can find it on Amazon, and I'm sure that you can find Fred's other books somewhere as well. Now, Fred would pass away February 3rd, 1971, and he would be the oldest living New Mexico Ranger at that time. So, like I said, Fred had like a really big impact on New Mexico history during the Wild West time. Like, you can find so much information about Fred. Like, I could have done a whole video just on Fred, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Enough of Fred. We're gonna talk about the rest of the family and the hotel and all that. So now that I've spewed off about Fred, we're gonna move and talk about the hotel. So the St. James Hotel started off as the Lambert Inn, and I'm unsure on like when they changed the name, but originally it was just 2 stories, and it was like a saloon area and like restaurant type area, because like I said, Henry did enjoy like cooking and all of that. And later on, like a few years after the hotel opened, the family would add rooms because the hotel was doing so well, so they were able to add rooms and offer a place for their guests to stay. And that would happen in 1880 that they added the rooms, and I think they added like 12 or 13 rooms. Somewhere in there they added rooms, okay? Now, the St. James Hotel was considered one of the best hotels during that time and in that area. And I'm unsure like if that's because like the hotel was located near the Santa Fe Trail, and so like it offered a place for people that stay who were traveling on that trail, miners, families, people like that. Like they were able to stay at the hotel, traveling on the trail. You want to take a break, you go to the Lambert Hotel. You go to the St. James Hotel, you check in, you stay for a while, that type of thing. But Henry may have had the best hotel in the area, but the Lambert Hotel did have a reputation as being a violent place, like a place full of violence. And this was because, obviously, like, it's during the Wild West times, like, people are a little crazy. They're doing what they want, not really following the laws. We got wanted people coming and staying at the hotel. Now, due to a reputation of being a place of violence, like, obviously, it got that name for a reason. It got that reputation for a reason. And I did find that, like, some more, like, famous Wild West people did stay at the hotel. So that would include Buffalo Bill, Annie Oakley, Jesse James, and Billy the Kid. And these are just a few guests who have checked in the hotel, and like you can see their names like on the little sign-in sheet that they had. They would stay there. And several more people who had a place in Wild West history also stayed at the hotel. Now, because we all know that some of these people I named off, well, most of these people I named off, were known for causing a bit of trouble, and I think that had a lot to do with the fact that the hotel had a reputation of violence. And, one second, let me, like, blend this purple out. It's not really doing what I want. Okay, that's a little bit better. But because the hotel was a place that had a reputation of violence, obviously some deaths occurred there, and 26 deaths are said to have occurred at the hotel, at the St. James Hotel, And we're just gonna explore a few of those deaths. I'm not gonna like list them all because like I really couldn't find information on all of them. There were just like a main few that I want to focus on. So we're gonna do that. So the first man, a man named Thomas James Wright. This man, okay, he was shot at the hotel in the head, entering his room after he won the D to hotel in a bet, and it is said that Henry himself shot this man and murdered him in his hotel. Yeah, so that's death one, okay? Now, we're going to talk about death two. A man named Francisco Grego. We're just going to call him Francisco, okay? Francisco, he was said to be a crooked constable. So I think that's like someone like who like goes out and like looks for people who are like wanted or like tries to find who did a crime. I'm not really sure, okay, but Francisco, okay, he goes to the hotel and he tries to accuse a man named Clay Allison of a crime. And I don't know how accurate this is, but it said that Clay did not commit this crime. Like, he was not who they were looking for, and it really upset him that he was being accused of this. And so he shot and killed Francisco. So here we are, our second death at the hotel, and they've both been shot and killed inside the hotel. So that's awesome. Now, the third death is a little bit, like, it's sad. Okay, it's not a little bit sad. It is sad. And this death actually involves two young girls, the age of 8 and 10. They were traveling with their family on the Santa Fe Trail, and they had gotten ill, so they were sick, and their family decided to just like check in the hotel and wait to continue their travels till their children had gotten better. Now, sadly, their children would not recover from whatever illness it is that they got, and they would pass away at the hotel. So that's 3 children who have passed away at the hotel now, because remember, Henry's son Johnny passed away at the age of 3 at the hotel after a tragic accident, and then these 2 young girls passed away after getting sick and not recovering. So that's really sad, and I can't imagine like how their family felt. Like, you check in the hotel hoping your kids are gonna get better, and then sadly you don't. Oh, that's really sad. But we're gonna move on to the 4th death, okay? Because this one I couldn't find a lot of information on, but it is said that a lady of the evening, if you get my drift, okay, she passed away at the hotel mysteriously, and she passed away at the hotel mysteriously, which I don't know, like, someone could have killed her. I'm not really sure what happened. She could have been sick. I don't really know, but she passed away at the hotel. Now, proof of the violence of the hotel, beside those deaths, could really be seen in 1901 when Henry's sons would replace the roof above the bar area, and they would find a total of like 420 bullet holes in the ceiling above the bar. Now, I don't know like how they had the like hotel set up. I don't know if like that was like above rooms or anything, like below rooms or anything. But yeah, that's a lot of bullet holes in the ceiling. Like, that just shows that this place was a little violent, okay? Just maybe a little bit. Now, like I said earlier, the St. James Hotel had been built near the Santa Fe Trail, and it got a lot of business from that. Like, Henry picked a great spot to build the hotel, and this would not last though. The Santa Fe Trail would not last, and Henry's business, like having like all these people come and stay, would not last, okay? That would be because of the railroads. Railroads would end up being built in that area, making like the Santa Fe Trail kind of obsolete, and people would travel instead on the train. I mean, wouldn't you, instead of like having to take your horse or whatever, like your buggy on the trail, wouldn't you rather get on a train and like make it there quicker and a little bit safer, I feel like, than being out in the open, like on a horse and stuff? I don't know. But because of the railroads, Henry would lose business at the end. Like, it wasn't doing as well because there weren't as many people traveling and stopping because they were taking the train. Like, they were making it there quicker. And the hotel was no longer a popular place to stay after that point. So Henry's business at the hotel kind of suffered for a bit there. And sadly, Henry Lambert would pass away he passed away at the hotel. He passed away in 1913 at the age of 74, and I think he passed away in like January. Sorry guys, this like, I'm trying to make this even, and like I'm looking down here at my mirror and it's not even. But Henry passed away at the age of 74 in 1913 in January, and Mary, his wife, passed away in 1926 of December, and she had stayed at the hotel after Henry passed away with her family, what was left of her family, I guess, and she kind of just like did her best to run the hotel without her husband there. And sadly, after she passed away, obviously, like, the hotel would go up for sale. It's abandoned for a while. No one like really doing anything to it because his sons moved on and they were doing their own things in lives, and I don't think they wanted to take on the hotel, especially like because it had a reputation of violence, and like his one son was, like I said, like a New Mexico Ranger sheriff thing person, not thing. But because of that, the hotel would sit abandoned for a while, and in 1985, it was purchased by a new owner and restored. Okay, so that's good. Someone like wanted to bring the hotel back to the glory it was before the Lamberts passed away, Mr. and Miss Lambert. Now, I don't know what those people did with the hotel at that time during all that. Like, I assume they opened it back up and used it as a hotel, but I don't know. I know they restored it, so I'm going to assume that's what they did. But they, for my palette, so I can put some, like, silver on there. We're going to do silver, I think. I tried to do purple, and I'm not liking how it's looking. But I don't know what happened during that time. I just know it was restored in 1985, and then it was also recently restored in 2009. So I think new owners bought it, and they like restored the whole thing again, which, good for them, keeping up with the time, making sure the hotel's safe, all of that stuff, so people can still stay there. Now, sorry, let me blend this out real quick so that I can put the silver on. Okay, so the hotel is still open today, and they have 12 different original rooms that you can still stay in. Show you guys some pictures real quick. I'll blend this in. They have 12 rooms you can stay in, and like I said, it was restored in 2009, so you can still go there and explore, see if you see anything cool. Okay, so let's get on to the spooky aspect of the St. James Hotel, because this is like my favorite part of every video, and this is probably what a few of you are waiting for, is the spooky, haunting details. So let's get into that. The St. James Hotel, like I said, had 26 deaths occur within its walls. So a lot of people believe that some of those who passed away at the hotel are still there. Like many places who have a lot of people pass away, or like just a few people believe that like those spirits stay there. So that's the same with the St. James Hotel. And yes, I'm using my finger for like the silver. It's just a lot easier in my opinion. So yeah, don't mind me. But people say that items of the hotel fall off shelves. Front desk equipment doesn't work the way it should. So like, I'm gonna assume that means like computers and phones not working the way that they should. And like, I guess you could say that's not paranormal, and that's like the devices issue, like an electronic issue. But I don't know. I don't want to discredit like what people think it is that's causing these issues. So for the purpose of this video, we're gonna say that it's like paranormal related, and you can form your own opinion on that. But yeah, guests also say that cameras they bring don't work at the hotel, but they will work when they leave the hotel property. So that's kind of creepy because like you're in the hotel trying to like take pictures and it's not working, and like you leave a property and you go outside like in the road or something like a few feet from the hotel and it works. It's kind of weird. Once again, form your own opinion on that. The second floor of the hotel is said to be the most paranormally active, and I don't know if paranormally is a word, so just go with it because I'm making it a word for this video. Now, I almost dropped this whole palette and I would have cried. Okay, so anyone else just hear that? No? Okay. I hate when I'm doing these videos and I hear like creepy little noises in the hallway and I'm just like, ghost? Okay. But some of the deaths that occurred at the hotel that I discussed earlier, remember those? Those like 4 deaths? 5? Okay, good. Okay, you remember those? We're going to talk about those again, because a few of those people are said to still haunt the hotel. So we're going to start with Mr. Thomas J. Wright. He's the man who Henry shot at the hotel in the head because he wanted a deed to the hotel, and Henry wasn't about to let him have his hotel. So Mr. Thomas, is said to still be at the hotel. Okay, like I said, he was shot while trying to enter his room. So he was shot in the back of the head after he won the bet. So I'm assuming he like was like, yeah, I won, and then he like went to go to his room to like rest or like sit in his glory of winning the deed to the hotel, and he was shot. And so it's said that his spirit is still in that room in the hotel. And Mr. Thomas is said to be a violent spirit. People say that he shoves, he hits, he pushes, scratches, like those kind of things. But then there's some people who say like that he's like a playful ghost, and their reasoning behind playful, I would not think was playful. Okay, he is said to like pop up in like mirrors. I would not think that was playful. If I was somewhere and I seen something pop up in a mirror, I would be creeped out. And like I've seen enough like movies and like shows to like not think that's playful. You all ever seen Supernatural and they like tell you like to stay away from like the mirrors and stuff? So I don't think he's a playful ghost, but some people do. So we're gonna let them think that if that's what they want to think. Now, the young children who passed away at the hotel. No, wait. Okay, we're not there yet. Thomas's room is not a room that you can stay in at the hotel. It is like deadbolt locked, and you can not go in there because of how violent he is said to be. So awesome. But like you can like look at the door and stuff, but you can't go in there because he's supposedly still in there, and like he does not want guests. So yeah. But moving on, the two young girls who passed away at the hotel and Henry's son Johnny, who also passed away at the hotel, are said to be seen at the hotel, okay? But they are seen by usually only children, okay? And that kind of creeps me out because, I don't know about you, but like I've seen like enough scary thingies, like I've said, like movies and shows and stuff, to like be creeped out by that kind of stuff. And like if I had a kid and I went somewhere and they were like, yeah, I seen these like little kid ghosts outside, I'd be scared, okay? Kids see some weird stuff, throw the whole kid away. No, not for me. So yeah, like that's like the creepiest part for me. Like not even like Thomas being at the hotel, but like these three kid ghosts and like only kids seeing them. Like, is it really these kids, or is it something more like sinister? You know, I don't know. You form an opinion on that. Now the young children, like I said, they passed away, and like they're all seen together, the three of them, and like kids see them, and no, thank you. Okay, no, thank you. Now the lady of the evening prostitute ghost thing is also said to be seen at the hotel, and she's a little bit different, okay? She only like messes with men who stay at the hotel, which would make sense if her job was a lady of the evening, okay? So we're not gonna judge her. That was her job. But it said that she like messes with men at the hotel, and she'll like tickle, play with your hair, those kind of weird things. And she apparently likes to sit on the ends of men's beds when they're sleeping and like watch you sleep or whatever she does. And so yeah, if you're a man and you want like a female ghost, lady of the evening ghost, to creep on you while you're there at the hotel, you can go to the St. James Hotel and have a lady ghost play with your hair, tickle you, sit on the end of your bed, watch you sleep. Awesome. She only does that to men, so have fun with that one if that's something that interests you, because I feel like that would creep me out, but might not creep everyone out. Now Henry's wife Mary, she, like I said, she passed away at the hotel. Like she is said to still be there at the hotel, okay? She is like the protector, and she is seen in what is labeled as room 17. I'm trying to like ignore how I look right now. I'm trying to like bake under my eyes and like on the side of my nose before I contour my nose. Beautiful. But yeah, Mary Elizabeth is said to still be at the hotel, okay? She is the protector, and people say they see her because Mary was known for wearing like a rose-scented perfume, and people will randomly smell that like at the hotel. It's like not like a constant thing, but like people say it's her because it's not a constant thing. Like you'll get random little whiffs of it in the halls, and that's Mary, okay? Now, it's not only her perfume, okay? I read in a few articles that you can't stay in her room anymore, but then some said you could, so like, I'm not sure, but the whole reason it was being said that you couldn't stay in her room is because she, apparently will, like, tap on the window. Like, if you stay in her room and you have the window open, she will, like, tap on it until you close it. Like, this is like multiple people's accounts of like what has happened. She'll tap on the window until it's closed, and she won't stop until it's closed. So I'm gonna like assume that like that's like possible that that happens, and like that is her, because like why else would like the tapping happen and then like you shut the window and it stops? To me that just says ghost. But like I said, you can form your own opinion, but to me, ghost. Okay. Now, like I said, form your own opinion on all of that, but I really think that there is like these spirits up to the hotel. I couldn't find any information on like if Henry like roams the hotel, because like I don't know where he passed away. I would assume he passed away at the hotel, but like I said, I couldn't find information. But I know that Mary did pass away at the hotel. So we know that much. And Thomas the ghost passed away there. And we didn't talk about Francisco being seen at the hotel, but like if you go to the hotel, there's like pictures of all these people who are said to have died at the hotel. You can see like who all passed away there. They have a whole wall apparently dedicated to those who lost their lives at the hotel. I need to fix my nose. Oh gosh. Okay. Now I'm gonna like let this set for a few and do my eyebrows and eyelashes off camera. So I will be right back, and then we will get into the last few details about the St. James Hotel. Okay guys, I'm back. I went ahead and did my eyebrows and threw on some eyelashes. So let's finish off the video. Like I said before, the spooky stuff, you can stay at the St. James Hotel today still. They have like the 13 original rooms, and you can only stay in like 11 of those, I think, or 12 of those. But they also have like an add-on that they call the annex that has 10 other rooms. So if you don't want to stay in one of the original rooms, you can stay in one of like the newly built rooms. You don't want to like experience ghosties. But you can also host events at the St. James Hotel. So like if you want to have your birthday or like a baby shower or like a wedding even, they have like a little form that you can fill out that'll give you information on like what having an event at the St. James Hotel entails. Which I think that'd be pretty cool to like have your like a birthday or something there. I don't know about a wedding, but a birthday, that'd be cool. But yeah, you can fill it out on their website, and I'll like link their website below, so if anyone like wants to like do that, you can find the website. This is the St. James Hotel is in New Mexico, like I said. So if you're from that area, you probably like know stuff about it, and if you are from the area and you know more about the hotel, comment below, because like I'm genuinely curious like what else people know, like especially like the locals in that area. But yeah, I really liked learning about the St. James Hotel, and like I thought it was really cool, and I love Wild West history, so this was like the perfect video for me to do. But yeah, I want to know what you think of the St. James Hotel. Do you think that it's like still haunted to this day? Like the deaths that occurred there, do you think those people are still there, their spirits? What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you enjoy my purple makeup look for today. But yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.